Sponsored by RxCardClub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. RxCardClub.com. How to get Ozempic prescribed. Many people want to know if they need a prescription for Ozempic, semaglutide, and what is the best way to get it. /r/n/r/n While you do need a prescription for Ozempic, insurance coverage will vary and not everyone qualifies. You will need to speak with a healthcare provider, as they will determine whether Ozempic is right for you. /r/n/r/n Ozempic is an injectable prescription medication used to manage blood sugar in people with type 2 diabetes and lower the risk of heart events like heart attack and stroke in adults with both type 2 diabetes and heart disease. /r/n/r/n Ozempic has also been popularly discussed for its uses in weight loss. However, this use has not been approved by the Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Still, healthcare providers sometimes prescribe it off-label. Off-label use is when a drug is prescribed for non-FDA approved uses. /r/n/r/n This article will describe the process of receiving a prescription for Ozempic, who qualifies to take the medication, and getting Ozempic with and without insurance coverage. /r/n/r/n Getty Images, Steve Christo, Corbus/contributor /r/n/r/n Because Ozempic is a prescription drug, you will need to talk to a licensed healthcare provider to determine if you're qualified to get this medication. You can do this at an in-person appointment or sometimes online via telehealth. /r/n/r/n The following steps outline the general process for getting an Ozempic prescription. /r/n/r/n If you are interested in getting Ozempic prescribed for weight loss, you may want to contact your insurance company before visiting your healthcare provider. You can ask if your plan covers Ozempic for weight loss and if your healthcare provider will need to complete a prior authorization, a pre-approval. /r/n/r/n You can also visit the website for Novo Nordisk, the manufacturer of Ozempic, and use the copay lookup tool. Having this information before you see your healthcare provider may speed up the process of getting Ozempic. /r/n/r/n Healthcare providers prescribe Ozempic to adults with type 2 diabetes. They also prescribe it off-label for weight loss. /r/n/r/n You may qualify for an Ozempic prescription for either of the following. /r/n/r/n Diabetes /r/n/r/n Ozempic is used to help control blood sugar levels in adults with type 2 diabetes. It is also used to lower the risk of major heart events in people with both type 2 diabetes and heart disease, such as stroke, heart attack, or death due to heart disease. Note that Ozempic is not FDA approved for use in people with type 1 diabetes. /r/n/r/n For people with diabetes, it is important to control blood sugar levels to help decrease the risk of diabetes-related complications like kidney failure, eye problems, and nerve damage. /r/n/r/n Off-label for weight loss /r/n/r/n Although Ozempic is not specifically approved for weight loss, healthcare providers may prescribe it off-label for this use. Generally, they will use guidelines to decide who needs Ozempic. /r/n/r/n For example, it may be prescribed to an adult with obesity, defined as having a body mass index, BMI, of 30 kg, kg/meters squared, m2, or more. Or, it may be prescribed to an adult with overweight, with a BMI of 27 kg/m2 or more, who has other risk factors such as high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, or high cholesterol. /r/n/r/n Clinical trials have found Ozempic to be very effective in controlling blood sugar levels. It is also associated with a reduction in body weight, although it is not FDA approved for weight loss. Healthcare providers generally recommend combining Ozempic with other measures like a healthy diet and increased exercise. /r/n/r/n For dietary advice, you may want to consult a registered dietitian or certified diabetes care and education specialist, CDCs. /r/n/r/n Ozempic is a type of drug called a glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, receptor agonist. It works by helping your pancreas make more insulin when your blood sugar is high, and it prevents the liver from making too much sugar. It also slows down stomach emptying, which contributes to feelings of fullness. In this way, Ozempic aids in weight loss. /r/n/r/n Ideally, your insurance plan will cover your Ozempic prescription with a reasonable copay. However, even though you have prescription insurance, coverage will vary. If Ozempic is covered, out-of-pocket costs will vary by plan. Here are some, but not all, possible scenarios. /r/n/r/n Every insurance plan is different. There are several ways to find out if Ozempic is covered. /r/n/r/n For those with Medicare prescription plans, coverage will also vary. You can also look into the Low Income Subsidy (LIS/Extra Help Program) and see if you are eligible to qualify. Coverage for Medicaid varies by state. /r/n/r/n You can check Novo Nordisk's website for savings coupons. For people with certain types of insurance coverage, the manufacturer offers a savings coupon with which people can pay as low as $25 for up to a 3-month supply. /r/n/r/n If your insurance does not cover Ozempic, or if you do not have prescription insurance, you can still purchase the medication as long as you have a prescription. However, Ozempic is not inexpensive. Without insurance or discounts, a 1-month supply, of any dosage, costs about $969. /r/n/r/n If you do not have insurance or do not have insurance coverage for Ozempic, there are some ways to save. /r/n/r/n If you have never used an injectable medicine, it can feel overwhelming at first. If you get a prescription for Ozempic, ask your healthcare provider to show you how to use it. Be sure you or a family member or caregiver understands how, and where, to inject Ozempic. /r/n/r/n Some important tips to remember include rotating injection sites. Use a different approved injection site each time you inject Ozempic, and knowing how to store your pen and discard needles properly. Never share your pen or needles with anyone else. /r/n/r/n The best way to get Ozempic is to get a prescription from a licensed healthcare provider and fill your prescription at a reputable local or online pharmacy. Watch for deals that seem too good to be true, as these may be scams, which can be potentially unsafe. Do not use companies that offer Ozempic without a prescription. /r/n/r/n If you are looking for an online pharmacy, you can search for a licensed pharmacy on the FDA's website. According to the FDA, a legitimate online pharmacy will fulfill certain requirements, such as /r/n/r/n You may also see advertisements for compounded semaglutide products, those that have been combined with another drug, mixed, or altered. The FDA does not recommend using these products, noting some concerns such as /r/n/r/n The FDA advises only using drugs containing semaglutide with a prescription from a licensed healthcare provider and obtaining these medications only from state-licensed pharmacies or outsourcing facilities registered with the FDA. /r/n/r/n When should you consider an Ozempic alternative? Only your healthcare provider can help you determine which medication is best for you, considering various factors, such as coexisting health conditions, comorbidities, and other medications you may be taking. /r/n/r/n That being said, there are various alternatives you can discuss with your healthcare provider. /r/n/r/n Alternatives to Ozempic for type 2 diabetes include /r/n/r/n Alternatives to Ozempic for weight loss include /r/n/r/n Before starting Ozempic, inform your healthcare provider about all your medications, including prescriptions, OTC drugs, natural products, and vitamins. If you have kidney or pancreas issues, consult your healthcare provider first. If you are trying to get pregnant, become pregnant, or are nursing while taking Ozempic, contact your healthcare provider, as it may not be safe. R/n/r/n Ozempic is a prescription medication primarily used to manage type 2 diabetes and is sometimes prescribed off-label for weight loss. To acquire Ozempic, you need a prescription from a licensed healthcare provider, which can be obtained through an in-person or telehealth visit. /r/n/r/n Insurance coverage for Ozempic varies, so it's important to check with your provider and explore financial assistance options if needed. Always obtain Ozempic from a healthcare provider to ensure safety and efficacy. /r/n/r/n rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 80% on prescription drugs.